the first question about the embodiment of what a great conductor should be. It is so close to a chef de cuisine, and in French, a chef d'orchestre is the same, they use the same word. I think that's absolutely no coincidence. So someone who really knows their way around a kitchen and how to prepare a beautiful meal, which is so close to a concert. They know everything about their ingredients, they know everything about proportion, planning, temperature, texture, just everything that they would need to do. And then in a professional kitchen, they would be ordering the sous chef around and the other helpers. It's also not totally unlike a rehearsal, right? So we have these ingredients that the composer has decided upon, and each composer has decided upon how many notes in for the first violins and how loud does the percussion play and all of those things. So the embodiment, it's a master chef. It is absolutely someone who can produce something on time and a bit on demand. In this case, the audience is ordering an overture and a concerto and a symphony. And then the transformations that are necessary for the 21st century, there are several. I think we need to be thinking back outside the box again in terms of repertoire and in terms of styles of music that belong back into a concert hall. And I'll get to venues in a minute. But for things that could go into a concert hall, we used to use dance music all the time for Baroque music, for example. How many Baroque suites they're all based on dances. And now we have dances that are, they're not as formal and they're not as formally taught as maybe Baroque dances or certainly ballet, but those speak to people, and we should incorporate those in the genre and into what people are listening to in the concert hall, and then certainly how they're consuming music and listening to it on streaming devices and all of those things. Speaking of concert halls, we need to update maybe a little bit of the experience. Maybe people need to be able to stand, which was not unusual for, certainly Shakespeare's time. The most expensive places were towards the front, I believe. And so maybe people want to stand up. They don't want to sit still for so long. Maybe we need to rethink the formatting. We need to maybe rethink the length of pieces and rethink the length of concerts, for sure. And we need to be thinking about the variety of venues too. Can we use microbreweries and wine tasting places and restaurants and utilizing outdoor spaces? And I'm all for instruments being treated properly and acoustics sounding wonderful, so I'm not trying to get rid of all of those things that concert halls are so important for. Just somehow blending the two in a more creative way than just a stale concert hall or completely outside, or having excellent symphonic players go to public places and then just taking the music out. I know we all saw a long time ago when Josh Bell played the Bach violin partitas in, I think it was Union Station in Washington, D.C. Maybe go back to that again, where passersby are listening to Beethoven's quartets, harp quartet or whatnot, and they're encountering this magic and this masterful music every day. Just like the commoners in Vienna would have been walking by really excellent players in the streets and probably running into Beethoven and Mozart and Haydn, for example, hundreds of years ago. In terms of technology, I think we need to be harnessing what can a camera do? How can we utilize multi-camera effects to tell stories to the audience? How can we bring people into the concert hall or just invite them to be part of our world? How can we tell stories about our instruments, how old the instruments are, how long we've been playing? More fun interviews with the players in the orchestra. More fun possibilities about maybe creating an instrument. I don't know an instrument that's been created in the past 20 or 30 years, really. Maybe some innovations, but nothing created.